Most people go their whole lives without realizing this. The voice in your head, the one that doubts, criticizes, shames you constantly, that voice isn't you. It's just noise, background static, a frequency you never chose to tune into, yet somehow it's become the soundtrack to your existence. When you fail, it's there to say, "Told you so." When you succeed, it pokes holes in your victory. When you dream, it throws 1,000 reasons why you shouldn't even try. You've been following it, arguing with it, living by it. You've allowed it to dictate your choices, limit your potential, and shrink your life. That voice made you believe it knows who you are. But here's the truth. It doesn't. You are not your thoughts. You're not the anxious chatter, not the self-doubt, not the fear. You're not the inner critic. You are the awareness behind it all, the calm behind the noise, the one observing. And that changes everything. You wake up already feeling behind, like you're late for something you can't name. Before your feet even touch the ground, your mind is running. You're not doing enough. You're going to fail again. Why even try? The day hasn't even started, and already it feels like a weight is pressing on your chest. Every task feels like a mountain. Every interaction feels like you're pretending to be someone you're not. And under all of it, there's this constant hum. You're not enough. So you fake the smiles. You check the boxes. You play along, all while fearing someone might finally see it. The version of you that you believe is broken. And it all started because you gave that voice power. You thought it was the truth. You thought it was you. But it's not. That voice, that loop of fears and failures and second guessing, it's not who you are. You are not your panic, not your sadness, not your rage. You are not your fear. You are the one watching it all happen. The observer, the witness, the one who has been there through every storm, unmoved. That is your power. That is who you are. Thoughts come and go. Feelings rise and fall. But you remain. Steady, constant, present. The storm can rage all at once, but it doesn't define the sky. And just like that, the voice doesn't define you. It never did. It never could. You are the sky. Everything else, the thoughts, the fears, the doubts, is just weather passing through. Thoughts come, thoughts go. And when they go, it's like they were never even there. But if you cling to them, repeat them, dwell in them, you give them weight they were never meant to carry. You get stuck in a loop, like a cigarette glowing in the dark, spinning in a circle. It looks infinite, but it's just one bright point repeating again and again. That's how most people live, trapped in recycled thinking, mistaking repetition for reality. But here's the truth. You are not the thinker. You are the one noticing the thought. And the moment you remember that, you stop being hypnotized by it. Here's another truth. Most people ignore. Thoughts have power. Not just to shift your mood for a moment, but to reshape who you are. Down to your cells, your neural pathways, your identity. The stories you tell yourself become the lens you see life through. The words you repeat become your compass. Your brain is plastic. It can change. It wants to change. Every thought is a carving tool. Every repetition, a deeper groove. Until one day it becomes automatic. Your default setting, invisible, but controlling everything. Because how you think shapes how you feel, and how you feel decides how you act. Your mind says danger. Your body floods with fear. Your mind whispers failure, and your shoulders slump with defeat. So if you want real change, lasting change, don't start with your actions. Start with your thoughts. Your mind is a movie projector, and your thoughts, they're the film. You can project horror. You can project peace. You can project guilt, focus, joy, destruction. But you control the real. You choose the story. And the moment you realize that, you stop being a victim of the movie. Look at someone like Tony Stark. His mind never stopped. Ego, fear, insecurity. He could have let it drown him. But it wasn't the suit that made him Iron Man. It was the clarity of thought. He reprogrammed his pain. He built from it. And you can too. Not by silencing every thought, but by choosing which ones to listen to. By choosing the thoughts that serve you. Here's the trick. Don't fight your mind. Fighting only feeds it. Wrestling gives it power. Resistance is still attention. Instead, observe. Watch it, like clouds in the sky, like waves on the shore. Notice the patterns, the triggers, the stories it plays on repeat when you're tired, stressed, or alone. Let it speak. Let it rage. Let it spiral. And then say calmly, clearly, I see you. I hear you. But I don't believe you today. No anger. No force. Just truth. Just awareness. That's the moment the voice loses its grip. That sacred space between you and your thoughts. That's where freedom lives. That's where you begin. You're not broken. Not lazy. Not beyond repair. You're human. Perfectly imperfect. Still becoming. You're not weak. You've been fighting an invisible war. Carrying invisible weights. You're not lost. You're exactly where you need to be. Standing at the crossroads between who you were told to be and who you're meant to become. You've just been listening to the wrong voice for too long. The voice that whispers limits, that echoes failures, that predicts disaster before you even try. But that voice, it was never you, and it never will be. Your mind is a tool, a weapon, sharper than any blade, more powerful than any force, capable of creating worlds or destroying them. It can lift you up or tear you down in seconds, but only if you learn to wield it, to master it, rather than be mastered by it, to direct it, rather than be directed by it, to use it intentionally, rather than let it use you unconsciously. Change your thoughts. Change your life. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Right now. In this breath. In this moment. In this choice. The shift that changes everything begins within. Detach from the lie, and you become free. Free from the prison you built with borrowed beliefs. Free from the limitations you accepted as truth. Free to become what you've always been, hidden beneath the noise. Because remember, you are not your thoughts. You are deeper than that. Vaster, more eternal. You are the silent witness to the mental storm. You are the awareness that can shape your thoughts. The consciousness that can choose them. The presence that can transform them. And that is your